Justin Bieber once openly said that a lot of his creativity was influenced by her. He didn't try to hide it or say it quietly in a song. He said it for everyone to hear. Now, years later, that old statement is being talked about again. The couple that once looked like they had the perfect celebrity marriage is now surrounded by rumors. People are starting to see that things might not be as perfect as they seemed. Some sources claim that Hailey Bieber recently asked Justin to remove a song from his new album. Not because it was rude or negative, but because it felt too personal and clearly seemed to be about Selena Gomez. But Justin refused. So, what do you do when the past keeps coming back? What if your husband's most emotional and unforgettable love story keeps showing up in his music? This has gone beyond just gossip. Fans are now convinced that Hailey is emotionally overwhelmed, and the signs are starting to show in public. And this might not be the conclusion. It could be the beginning of a whole new phase. To really understand what's happening, we have to look back at where it all started. This isn't just another case of celebrity drama. Fans have followed this story for over a decade. Justin and Selena's relationship wasn't just a regular romance. It became a major part of pop culture. People didn't just watch their love story, they felt connected to it and grew up alongside it. It all began in December 2010 when rumors started that Justin and Selena were more than friends. They were still teenagers. Justin, the rising pop star with his signature hair, and Selena, the Disney actress stepping into the music world. By early 2011, they made it official, showing up together holding hands at a Vanity Fair event. To fans, it felt magical, like a real-life fairy tale. They appeared at red carpets, sports games, and vacations, and every move they made was watched closely. But even fairy tales don't last forever. By the end of 2012, they had broken up, and unlike many celebrity couples who quietly move on, the public stayed deeply interested in every detail of their relationship. In 2014, Selena released The Heart Wants What It Wants, a deeply emotional song that made it clear their breakup was painful and full of unresolved feelings. Justin also spoke about their relationship through his music. In interviews, he said that songs like Sorry, All That Matters, and Mark My Words were written with Selena in mind. He didn't just say she inspired him, he admitted she shaped the way he wrote music. Fans started paying close attention, breaking down lyrics, analyzing social media posts, and looking for clues about whether they were still in contact. While all of this was going on, Hailey wasn't just watching from afar. She had a front-row seat to it all. She wasn't just a fan who had tweeted about how much she loved Jelena back in 2011. She eventually became Justin's wife, and she married him only 2 months after his final breakup with Selena. That's a tough spot to be in, especially when the whole world keeps comparing you to the person your husband once called the love of his life. So, when rumors came out that Hailey wanted a song removed from Justin's album because it reminded her too much of Selena, fans understood. It didn't shock them. In fact, it made sense. Justin and Selena's love story had already taken on a life beyond the two of them. By 2013, their relationship had become one of the most talked about stories in entertainment. Fans made pages just to document every interaction. The media followed every little development. But behind the fame, both Justin and Selena were going through serious personal struggles. That same year, Justin began acting out. He had run-ins with the law, dealt with emotional issues, and surrounded himself with the wrong crowd. Selena, on the other hand, tried to stay focused. She put her energy into music, sought help through therapy, and dealt with serious health problems out of the public eye. Their relationship wasn't just unstable, it was filled with emotional highs and lows. Then came Hailey. She wasn't a random person in Justin's life. She met him way back in 2009 through her dad, actor Stephen Baldwin. Back then, she was just a young fan, standing quietly in the background. But by 2014, things were changing. Justin was seen spending time with Hailey during one of his breaks from Selena. At the time, they both said they were just friends, but the energy between them was clearly shifting. In 2015, Justin posted a picture on New Year's Eve kissing Hailey. It went viral. Around that same time, Selena was dating music producer Zedd. Suddenly, it seemed like fans had to pick sides. Some thought Hailey was just a temporary distraction. Others believed it was something more real, or maybe something that had been planned for a long time. Then, in 2017, something happened that gave fans hope. Selena had been through a lot, including a kidney transplant and breaking up with The Weeknd. And then, she and Justin got back together. It felt like the story had come full circle. After everything, maybe they would finally get their chance at happiness. But that hope didn't last. Just 4 months later, they broke up again. And this time, it felt final. That's when everything shifted. In July 2018, just 2 months after splitting with Selena, Justin got engaged to Hailey. TMZ broke the news that he had proposed during a trip to the Bahamas. By September, they were married in a courthouse ceremony. There was no long wait, no big buildup. It all happened very quickly. To many people, it felt like he was rushing into a new chapter, like he was trying to forget the past and start fresh. Of course, this raised a lot of questions. Did Hailey always hope for this moment? Had this been part of the plan for years? Some people thought it was all for media attention. That moment didn't just shock fans, it split them. Those who had always rooted for Jelena felt hurt and confused. Others supported Justin and Hailey. But no matter how things changed, the past never truly went away. Selena's songs, Justin's lyrics, and endless comparisons kept bringing the old story back to life, even years after it had ended. And now, with people saying Hailey asked Justin not to include any more songs about Selena, and him refusing, it feels like old scars are opening again. This isn't just about music anymore. It's about a marriage that keeps being haunted by something that should have stayed in the past. No matter how hard Hailey tries to focus on what's in front of her, it seems like the past keeps coming back to remind her of what once was. People started asking, was Justin trying to get Selena's attention again? That thought kept circulating online. Hailey did her best to ignore the rumors. She addressed it clearly in a 2022 podcast, saying there was no cheating, no overlap, and no betrayal. When he and I started anything, he wasn't seeing anyone, she said firmly. But the internet didn't care. An old tweet from Hailey in 2011 resurfaced, where she called Justin and Selena the perfect teen couple. That one post was all fans needed to spin a whole story, calling her obsessed and accusing her of inserting herself into something she was never part of. And just like that, the love triangle went from speculation to something people started treating as fact, not because the three of them were arguing publicly, but because the internet wanted it to be real. Meanwhile, Selena stayed mostly quiet. In October 2019, she released Lose You to Love Me, and fans instantly knew who it was about. The line, "In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy," hit especially hard. She didn't have to say Justin's name, everyone already knew. While Selena stepped back, Hailey stayed in the spotlight. Every photo she posted, every look she wore, every moment she shared got compared to Selena. Justin tried to protect her. He often praised Hailey, calling her the best thing that ever happened to him. But that didn't stop the criticism. If anything, it got louder. For Justin, music has always been the most honest way he expresses himself. And when it came to Selena, he never really hid how important she was to him. He didn't need to say her name. The feelings were in the lyrics. In one radio interview, he openly said that All That Matters was written during the happiest time of his relationship with Selena. She was all that mattered, he said. That line stuck with fans for years, replaying in their minds every time something new happened between him and Hailey. Even after marrying Hailey, the emotional trace of Selena never really disappeared, especially in the songs. Between 2013 and 2016, Justin released